Seems like most the EVs that have come out recently have been SUVs. This, the 2025 Audi S6 e-tron, is a sedan. Well, kind of. I'll get to that. I'll also get to range, charging speed, and technology. This is a very deep vehicle. At a brief Audi-sponsored event in Newport Beach, California, I was able to chat up the Audi team behind the S6 e-tron Sportback and the less sporty A6 e-tron. Until the embargo lifts, no driving impressions, so my lips are sealed about performance opinions for now. But know that it's built on the Performance Premium Electric, or PPE architecture that's found under Q6 and SQ6 e-tron SUVs. I've done videos on those two, just saying. S6 e-tron, being the performance version, comes standard with dual-motor quattro all-wheel drive. Pricing starts at around $80,000. This one is fully loaded and stickers for $88,400. At least that includes destination, and you might be eligible for tax credits. Just depends on where you live. S6 e-tron gets more scoot than the A6, putting out a maximum of 543 horsepower. The power module is silicon carbon based, the rear motor is permanently excited, the front is asynchronous. The single-speed transmission has a one-pedal drive mode. Hit the selector twice to get into it. This can be fine-tuned with steering wheel paddles. There's a very large, crisp head-up display with useful information. Drive modes? Of course there are drive modes, controlling steering weight, power delivery, a subtle performance tone, plus height and firmness from the adaptive air suspension. Being the sporty model, S6 has 6-piston fixed calipers with larger 2-piece ventilated rotors. The back binders are the same as A6 e-tron. 20-inch wheels are standard. Treat yourself to these optional 21s wearing summer rubber. All 6 e-trons, A or S, roll with staggered tires. Worth noting, the steering rack is bolted to the subframe without rubber bushings for a more direct feel. There's just one battery available. The 100 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion pack, or 94.4 usable, contributes to the curb weight of 5,225 pounds, mounted in the floor, naturally. This does not mean the cockpit is wide open. The console keeps purses and backpacks from stashing between the seats. But there is front storage, good for the travel charge cord or a small duffel. The PPE architecture uses 800-volt technology, so it charges up extremely fast. Max take rate is 270 kilowatts. It'll charge from 10 to 80% in ideal conditions in just 21 minutes. And Audi is very proud of the charge curve, which is very flat. Like Porsche's Macan EV, also based on PPE, the DC fast charge port is on the driver's side. The passenger's is AC only. Audi says these dual ports are for convenience, and as a Taycan owner, I can confirm it's nice to have. S6's EPA-rated range is 302 miles when wearing these big wheels and sticky Pirellis. The smaller 20-inchers will get you 22 miles further, or 324 miles. S6 e-tron is a useful hatchback, so you can sell it to your significant other as a practical vehicle. Officially, Audi calls this a Sportback design, not a hatchback. The Q6 e-tron SUV family offers more room with 30 cubic feet to fill. S6 has 26, so not too shabby. There's a little storage under here, some pockets, and handy touches too. Really, you don't need an SUV for utility. And as far as I can tell, all trim levels get a 40-20-40 split bench, which is huge for flexibility. Max cargo space is 40 cubic feet, not bad, but Q6's expands to 60, which is why people like SUVs these days. Normally I'd now be offering driving impressions, but I'd like to be invited back, so let's move on to the cabin with the expected Audi S treatment. Stuff like microfiber trim, a squared-off tiller, and more aggressive bolstering in the heated and vented chairs, complete with a diamond pattern and massage. Optioned with the $5,900 Prestige package, there's Bang & Olufsen 3D audio, augmented reality head-up display, an upgraded adaptive cruise control, elevated ambient lighting, surround view camera, soft close doors, and much more. Stuff like digital OLED tail lamps with depth that my camera doesn't capture, and more ways to customize the DRLs, which seems to be an Audi exclusive. So that package is kind of a bargain. A panoramic glass roof is standard. There's no shade. Instead, it's electrochromic. It can be adjusted front to back or lattice style. It's pretty cool. Screens are a fact of life in 2025. Audi's digital stage means the driver gets an 11.9-inch OLED display that can be configured. The interface section is 14.5 inches. In person, these are bright and crisp with excellent touch response. Good since hard buttons are hard to come by in here. Drivers will be relying on natural voice commands that work exceptionally well.
Hey Audi, set the cabin temperature to 68 degrees.
I am setting the temperature to 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
The trial period is 3 years, then a subscription is needed for full functionality. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wireless, and an optional third screen lets co-pilots watch video if they'd like. The driver can't see it. The A6 e-tron Sportback is not a small car at 194 inches long and 76 inches wide without mirrors, so there's room for passengers. 2 large adults will have no issues. 3 average-sized ones will be good for trips across town. No separate climate zone, but heated seats and good storage will keep everyone happy. Talking to the Audi staff on hand, the Sportback's design could be looked at as the love child of the A6 and A7. A decade ago, the brand's design language was Movado Watch Elegant. It now gets more strakes and louvers and such. This band running through the lower flanks into the back fascia helps to lighten the visual of a thicker midsection. On the whole, the styling has nothing to prove. It doesn't shout to the world that it's an electric vehicle. It's just a stylish machine. What you would expect from Audi. Oh, and before I forget, there will be an ICE A6 sedan on a completely different architecture with unique sheet metal. Expect to see this S6 and the A6 e-tron in showrooms soon. Hope this preview offers enough information to give you guidance on whether to wait or go with any other EV competitors. But in many ways, the sedan-like Sportback form factor puts this e-tron in a class of its own. Again, I can't offer any S6 driving impressions. Those are embargoed, and I can't even talk about the less potent sister, the A6. But I will have a full review of that coming soon. It's in the next couple weeks, okay? In the meantime, I need to let you know that Audi brought me to California, put me up in a nice hotel, and fed me great food. But what's important to me is giving you accurate information, okay? Because these things are expensive, big investments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, click notifications. Follow me on social media. I'm on all the major platforms. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll get back to you. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.